Kevin Durant is transcendent. He's historically great. And Giannis and his teams need to play better, and Giannis needs to shoot the ball better. Skip, for me, I didn't need to read that Jeff Bezos spent $500 million for a yacht to realize he was wealthy. I didn't need to hear that. Hell, I already knew it. Man got $180 billion. What's not to know? Kevin Durant, Skip, you saw him at every stop he's been at. Started his career out with the Supersonics. They moved to OKC. He goes on to Golden State. Now he's in Brooklyn. At what stop along the way hasn't Kevin Durant been great? When he hasn't been efficient, everybody talks about, Skip, the guy can go get you 35 points with 15 shots. Well, he got you 32 on 18 shots. My bad, he 3 off, but he only missed 6 shots. 4 or 5 from the three-point line. Almost perfect from the free throw line. There's not anything the guy can't do offensively. He got the 3 ball. Mid-range is untouchable. Can get to the paint. Post you up. Foul him, you go put him on the free throw line. He's going to make 90% of those. So Kevin Durant hasn't shown me anything in the past 2 games I didn't already know, because I've seen his 14-year career, watched him for the 1 year in Texas. I know what he is. Giannis Antetokounmpo, bruh, you're going to always put up these great stats in the regular season. But come in a playoff series, the really good teams says, you know what? This is how we're going to do you, bruh. Skip, I got to put a little tape. And I don't really like to show tape because I think people see it, but I'm going to show you what they're doing to Giannis. They say, we know what? We double dare you. We double dog dare you. Take a look at the tape, people at home. Look at this. Look at this. Look what Blake Griffin is, Skip. Running last second. Bruh, look what Blake goes, Skip. He goes under the free throw line saying, go have that. As much as you want.
At least he ran at him.
Here you go, Skip. Right here. Skip, this ain't even close. So you know, to say, you know what? We'll let you take the 3 ball. We'll build the wall, and 1 or 2 things are going to happen.
Yep.
Either you're going to run us over and get a charge. We're going to foul you and put your butt on the free throw line, which you are a terrible free throw shooter, but we're not going to give you and ones. We're not going to give you dunks and layups all game long. Now, he's not getting much help, Skip. I don't know if you noticed this, but Chris Middleton, his 2-time All-Star sidekick, is 13 of 43 from the field. Holiday is 13 of 29 from the field. We already knew, Skip, they were going to have to play above their heads in order to beat the Brooklyn Nets. You played this bad. Your superstar has an off game like this, and you'll find yourself down like they were by 51 at one point in the ball game, and you end up losing by 39. So last night, it told me nothing. Now, all Brooklyn did was hold serve at home. They're the 2 seed. They won these games, and they won them convincingly. Now, Milwaukee is going to have to – now, Bud knows Coach Bud. Now, you got a contract extension. You got Holiday. You need to come up with another plan or a different way to try to get Giannis involved. Giannis, you're going to have to – bruh. No more. If I'm you, I wouldn't work on no Euro steps in the offseason. I ain't no number shooting mid-range and 3s, Skip. Because you can finish at the rim. But your problem is they're letting you take these 3s. They're giving you the open shots because they don't believe you can make it. So last night, look, I know what the Nets are, Skip. Once they got Kyrie and I heard they were getting James Harden, I said it's over. They're going to be the East representative. But I've learned nothing about KD. KD is great. KD is spectacular. Giannis, you want to be thought of. Them MVPs, that's fine and good. But, bro, you got to be the MVP in one of these series here. And we have not seen that yet in your career, your young career.
Well, you didn't go that final step. Did you finally learn last night that Kevin Durant is the best player on the planet?
He's the healthiest.
Shannon, you got to give up the ghost. Kevin Durant has taken it up another level that even I, as his biggest fan, have never seen. What's the gold standard for shooting? 50, 40, 90%, right?
He's done that.
50% from the field.
40 from 3.
Free
90 from the free throw line.
He did that for a whole year in 2013 ahead of his 2014 MVP season. So far, you can say small sample size, but we've seen now 7 playoff games. Kevin Durant is shooting 55% from the floor, 50% from 3. He's 19 of 38. A 7-foot guy is 19 for 38. And from the free throw line, and he has led the league in free throw shooting as opposed to somebody else I know who's no longer in the playoffs.
No, don't do that.
Kevin Durant, through 7 games in the playoffs, is 91% from the free throw line. That's 51 of 56, as opposed to LeBron's 7 games of 60% from the free throw
LeBron
line.
is not in the playoffs.
But he's in this conversation.
No, he's not.
Listen, Kevin Durant is otherworldly. He's in some other stratosphere from LeBron as a scorer and a shooter.
Skip,
we just never see anything like this before.
We just saw. Did we not see LeBron last year in the bubble? Did we not see him his last years in Cleveland? He averaged 34, 8, and 8 for the entire run of the playoffs.
I saw him without a bubble surrounding him and his team this year, and it was pretty pathetic because he shot, a career low. He scored a career low 23.3 points. And career low from the free throw line in the playoffs, 60.9%.
So you're going to say he wasn't hurt?
Again, I don't know for sure, but he was out there. He was playing. I don't know. It's either father time or ankle. It's one or the other. I don't know where it is, but the ankle happened on March the 20th,
Yes.
and it's still plaguing him? So is it going to plague him into next year? We're going to have ankle excuse for all next year?
You know what I never heard? I never heard you or anybody mention prior to the ankle that Father Time had touched LeBron on the shoulder. It was only after the ankle happened that Father Time had touched him. Now, so what is that about?
I don't know, because I told you, obviously, earlier in the year, there was a stretch when he was the quote-unquote MVP
But then why did you mention Father Time then?
I didn't see it.
Exactly.
But all of a sudden I started to see it.
Yeah, with the ankle. You saw it with the ankle.
Father Time comes in the night. Father Time comes when you least expect it, and he quietly taps you on your left shoulder, and you look over your right shoulder and say, I'm okay. And then he taps you again on the left shoulder, and I just started to see some age and some attrition. Body is finally starting to betray.
But you only saw that after he had a high ankle sprain. You nor others did not mention anything about Father Time. Because you kept asking, when is Father Time going to touch LeBron? After he gets the injury, now it's Father Time. He didn't get injured. Everybody else is allowed to get an injury except LeBron James. Only LeBron James' injury is Father Time.
But in the home closeout game, minus AD, who tried briefly to play and couldn't, we saw LeBron go one of these weird LeBron games where he was just unplugged, disengaged, passive, and almost disinterested in the first half. And then in the third quarter, when it was starting to get desperate, he started to, novel idea, attack the basket, because you're the best there ever was at attacking the basket. And he attacked and he attacked and he attacked. And I said, that looks like that guy who was in the MVP conversation. So maybe he just didn't have it in his psyche to be in attack mode.
How are we talking about the Nets and you go to LeBron? This is
I'm talking about the best player on the planet.
Well,
you got to give it up. Just give it up. And
no.
Then if you'll say Kevin Durant, just say these words. Kevin Durant is the best player on the planet. I will not mention LeBron James until our B block.
Kevin Durant is the best player in the playoffs currently.
On the planet.
Currently on the planet.
Period.
That's in the playoffs.
Okay. All right. So you're saying he's not the best player on the planet.
Skip.
You know, the truth is Kevin Durant is now on his own planet that he's created. It's some other planet somewhere else.
KD is playing unbelievable. I've seen nothing that I haven't already seen before. Did you not see him his first go round in Golden State? Did you not see him his second go round in Golden State? So what have he shown you now that you didn't already know? Tell me, can he score any better?
And
can
by
he
the
score
way,
any more efficiently?
Speaking of Kawhi Leonard, he is now challenging Kevin Durant as the best player on the planet. LeBron's not even in this conversation anymore. And look at their 7-game numbers. KD is averaging 32.7 rebounds and 3 assists. 7 games for Kawhi. They've been much tougher games crawling out of that hole. But Kawhi is averaging 7 games, 32, 8, and 5. And Kawhi's 61% from the floor to KD's 53%. And Kawhi's still shooting 43% from 3 to KD's 50%. And free throw line, Kawhi is 90% to KD's